Yeah.
So, a very interesting thing occurred. Uh, Shooty Gatwa was on a program where he confirmed that there is going to be a season 3 of Doctor Who. But now, when it aired, it's been cut out completely, which is slightly revealing, I think. I would say. Um, yeah, really, quite an interesting turn of events. Like, I mean, yeah,
Well, I
like
mean,
you're not gonna edit it out for any other reason than wanting to sort of keep it out of the press.
well, I mean, and again, in the BBC's defense, they do this all the time. They constantly
Yeah.
remove things. I mean, you guys, revisionist history is the BBC, so
Yeah.
it just does, never it never surprises me. And look, if you're this embarrassed by this show, you were going to want to get rid of any mention of it in any way you can, that it was such a colossal, catastrophic failure,
Mm.
which this so clearly is. Um, I this the, I don't know how you could be more embarrassed. I don't know how the BBC could not be more embarrassed. It's probably the better way to say that. It's just absolutely ridiculous.
Yeah. So, well, let's take a look and see, because I'm sure people are like, "What? What's going on?"
Yeah.
I was like that when I read this because it's just really weird. It's a really bizarre thing to have happened. Um, so there's been a whole bunch of recent press reports stating that Ncuti Gatwa is returning to film a third series of Doctor Who in 2025, but that's not very clear cut. So during an appearance on the Graham Norton show, Ncuti Gatwa was widely reported to have confirmed his future involvement, indicating at a third run for his Doctor. However, this part of his comment was notably edited, not just edited out. The whole thing was changed and restructured. The whole conversation is completely different. So he originally said, "It's all going well. We did the second series this year. The Christmas special is coming up, and we're filming a third series next year." Pretty straight to the point, actually, right? Pretty straight to the point. They've completely changed this. Completely changed it.
Wow.
It's all going well. We finished the second season earlier this year. We've got the Christmas episode coming out at Christmas, but it's been amazing. What? That's complete. It's not even a small difference. It's completely different. So, Christmas special, Christmas episode at Christmas, Christmas special coming up, Christmas episode coming out. But the language is completely different. And we're filming a third series next year at Christmas, but it's been amazing. What the fuck? Thoughts on this bizarre turn of events?
I'm unsurprised. Look, they've been playing, silly bonkers with this show for the last 2 years, or even maybe the last 5 years. You could even say. But once they changed directions, it destroyed the audience. There's no way you can green light this show, dude. You can't green light a third season of this disaster. In fact, we wouldn't have had a second season had they not already had a commitment to be shooting it, or were already shooting it. Otherwise, this thing is dead as disco. And you can't bring Doctor Who back for maybe a decade at this point, in my opinion. This thing is so handled so poorly by people that are just message adopters that I can't see Doctor Who coming back for at least 10 years. So season 3, maybe 10 years from now.
Yeah, well, yeah. I mean, going to why the BBC would have removed it, clearly because there's things happening behind closed doors that are very questionable with respect to this, and they didn't. Well, it doesn't even make sense, to be fair. So unless he's leaving, it doesn't really make any sense. So if I was the BBC, like playing devil's advocate, right? If I was the BBC, I would, and I hear that he said this, and there's loads of outlets reporting on it, and it's getting buzz. Why would you kill that buzz by editing it and changing it? You know, like it's free PR for all 12 fans. So it is a bit weird that you would do that unless do you know what I mean? Like it's a bit odd, isn't it? The whole thing's really strange. Because the press isn't bad press. People talking about it is good for the BBC. Like it helps them, especially helps them in their narrative to Disney, getting them to try and re-up the deal, right?
Sure.
So to edit it out, to nullify, just cut all the hype that again from all those 12 fans talking about it is weird. It is genuinely weird.
Yeah.
No, nothing else.
Well, no, I'm just it is odd, but here in the States, we just watched an interview for a presidential candidate get massively edited, to make it look a little bit better.
Oh yeah, I watched that. It was really weird. Are you talking about a 60 Minutes one?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was weird as hell, man. That was really weird as hell. So yeah, I mean, look, at the end of the day, cutting this out. Yeah, a little bit different to what you're saying. They edited Kamala Harris,
but they had to edit it because there's no chance for a third season. It's just, I look at it, I'm like, they just absolutely have to edit it because
I guess so.
Nobody wants it, and you don't want this to be embarrassing because this thing will be around forever anyway as a clip somewhere. And then if you compare like just how edited it is, it's going to be, it could be upsetting to people. Oh my gosh, we were going to get a season 3 and now we're not. Oh no. Yeah. Oh, by the way, I uploaded a better picture for you, by the way. So,
well, we'll do that in a minute. Yeah, I mean, this isn't happening. Like, and if it is happening, the people investing in it are very, very stupid. Because
it's Disney. Of course, they're very, very stupid.
Yeah, but I can't see them. You surely can't see them investing into season 3, can you?
Oh no, I don't think they can.
Right, well, there you go then. That's what I mean. Like, they're not stupid enough to do that, surely. I don't know. Bizarre. The whole thing was really weird. So, look, I think this is dead. I've heard as much that it's dead. I can't see it continuing, but I don't know. Final thoughts? Or shall we just shuffle on?
I feel like Ncuti Gatwa could possibly be a decent actor. I don't think this was the right vehicle for him. I think they'd already ruined what Doctor Who was by putting Jodie in the character. And then destroying the origin story and, the regeneration storyline and everything else. I think that kind of fouled it all up. So it's a culmination of events that gave us this, but having him just be an out there doctor that bear no resemblance to any others, and writing stories that were, allegory rich that nobody really wanted to hear anymore. Having storylines that actually fed farther into the U.S. psyche than it did the British psyche was also a problem. There was a lot of problems here. And again, it all comes out of the guy that supposedly came back to fix it. And Russell T Davies is just an enormous douchebag at this point. So it's a culmination of events. And I don't see a third season for this, for the 15th Doctor ever. I see a reboot in about a decade. That's what I see. But as far as the story being edited, I'm sorry. I'm just seeing it all the time now. I mean, political, non-political, we're just seeing it everywhere. I mean, interviews about projects that people have been involved in that have been on like the bonus features of films and DVDs and stuff. Those are now being edited for 4K. So
just bizarre, just weird. Well, anyway, we will shuffle on from this now.